Right, everybody is talking about solidarity, not so much with Ronaldinho, but everywhere else in the world of football. But Hans-Joachim Watzke, the CEO of Borussia Dortmund, is a bit cautious here, more than others. What did he say that upset so many people, Gab?
We touched upon this a little bit before, right? But basically, his point is solidarity is fine and helping poorer clubs, but he's running a business. And some clubs have taken measures to have enough cash reserves. Other clubs, in his opinion, have not. This is a direct quote. At the end of the day, the clubs who have made the effort. Or should I do this with a German accent?
Yeah,
no, come on, that's mean. That's enough. Too soon. At the end of the day, the clubs who have made the effort to put a bit of money aside these past years can't reward those who have not. We're running business on a market basis, and we're in competition with each other. So he's sounding like the Grinch there, Jules.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. I'm sorry, Gab. I know what you're saying. And by the way, this is something that Bayern Munich and Karl-Heinz Rummenigge came up with and said, yes, we should set up a fund for the clubs who needs the money more than we have. They've got loads of money at Dortmund and at Bayern and other top clubs, right?
But Watzke would say, yeah, we have loads of money because we've been responsible.
I know, but
and
this
we've
is
sold
extreme circumstances. We're not asking you just on a random season, or go and give 2 million to
I agree with
Union
you.
Berlin or whatever.
Right. 2 points here. 1 is, 3 points. 1 is, he's right. Let's create the fund, but let's make sure that it only goes to people who need it, not to allow certain rich owners to not put money in. Obviously, there's a different business model in Germany. Everybody's hurting, but let's make sure the money gets to those who need it, and not to potential free riders. But there's 2 other points. 1 is PR-wise. I don't know if he has a comms guy who looks after him, or he just shoots off the hip. But this is absolutely disastrous. You could not have hurt yourself more by coming out and saying this.
Definitely.
And the other irony is, Borussia Dortmund nearly went bust, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
And they relied on other clubs, including Bayern Munich, effectively loaning them money, doing certain transactions to allow them to stay afloat. So for him now to say, and by the way, they nearly went bust, not because of some global pandemic, but because of irresponsible overspending.
Exactly.
So for you now to come out and say this, ignoring the history of your own club, man, I think it's absolutely horrible. I know everybody's piling in on him, and rightly so, and they're kicking him when he's down. Even your pal Dietmar Hopp is having a go.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, Dietmar Hopp can't believe his luck, to be fair, because that's obviously taking all the attention away from him. But Watzke also said that they should have never stopped playing, that they could have continued playing behind closed doors, which, again, I think is completely irresponsible.
Is this Dr. Hans-Joachim Watzke,
yeah,
the noted
who knows better than anyone else? Yeah, and even stuff like saying that you could still play now, and even if a few players in your squad were getting the virus, they're so fit and they're so this and they're so strong that it wouldn't make any difference. I'm thinking like, wow, you should have stayed at home, not open your big mouth to AORD or wherever they gave the interview to, and just stay quiet for once, because everything that was in that interview was completely stupid.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.